Something shifted in the silence. You felt it, didn't you? That invisible thread tightening between two souls, his and yours, without warning or permission. The angels speak gently tonight. You were placed in his path not to be his distraction, but his mirror. He didn't expect someone like you. He wasn't ready to meet someone who sees through the armor. And still, God sent you. There's a tenderness about you that he doesn't understand. A stillness in your presence that unsettles everything he once found safe in his isolation. You appeared not with loud declarations, but with light, the kind that quietly fills every corner of a room. The kind that makes darkness suddenly unbearable. He misses your soul. Not your voice, not your touch. Your soul. Because that's where you met him, in a place where no one else ever truly reached. And yet, he holds back. Because when the soul is touched too deeply, the body trembles in fear. Because when the heart remembers a past wound, it doubts the present gift. Because when love is true, it breaks every illusion that once kept someone safe in their solitude. You were not sent to chase him. You were sent to awaken him. And now, the awakening has begun. His emotions, chaotic, confused, colossal, are breaking open. He can no longer escape them. Your presence became the question he cannot unask, the possibility he never thought he deserved. And even now, as he tries to keep a distance, the ache inside him grows louder. He replays your words, the way your eyes softened when you listened, the way you didn't demand, only saw him. You did not come to complete him. You came to remind him of what wholeness feels like. You, soul woman, are the permission he never gave himself, to feel, to fall, to follow a path that doesn't lead to control, but to surrender. He doesn't yet know how to hold what is sacred. But the angels whisper, he is learning, because of you. And even if he walks away again, know this, he has been changed, touched, marked by divinity through your existence. And one day, he will understand that you were not a chapter, you were the page that turned everything. He will call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. Psalm 91 verse 15, he does not run from you. He runs from what you make him feel. And the angels are clear. The wall he built was never against you. It was against the flood of feeling he was never taught to name. Before you, he mastered the art of silence. He knew how to be charming but distant, kind but closed. He wore his independence like a shield, afraid that if someone got too close, they would find the boy inside the man, the boy who still trembles. You didn't demand entrance. You simply stood there, open. And that is what terrified him most. Your openness. Your honesty. Your quiet refusal to shrink or pretend. You didn't ask him to be more. But in your presence, he realized how much of himself he buried just to survive. This is why he resists you. Because when a heart has lived too long behind armor, love doesn't feel like safety. It feels like exposure. You may think he doesn't care, but the truth is, you care in a way he was never prepared to receive. And so he retreats. Not because he wants to lose you, but because he doesn't yet know how to be seen without falling apart. He sabotages intimacy not because he doesn't want it, but because it feels like a trap he won't escape unbroken. The angels speak again. He fears you see him, not for who he pretends to be, but for who he truly is. And that kind of sight is rare and holy. And here's the ache he cannot speak. He longs for you. He aches for the safety your soul provides. But every time he steps closer, he remembers the wounds of being needed, of being depended on, of giving and being abandoned. What you awaken in him is not just love, it is memory. Of everything he wanted to forget. So he hides. Behind logic. Behind distance. Behind timing. As if delay could dissolve desire. But the angels are undoing his armor, piece by piece. And even in hiding, he cannot unfeel you. He wants to be brave enough to be held by someone who won't hurt him. And that someone is you. This is not rejection. This is reconfiguration. He is being prepared for a kind of love he never thought he'd be chosen to receive. You are not here to be a remedy for someone else's wounds. You are not meant to disappear inside someone's healing. The angels press close tonight, their wings brushing the ache in your chest. You were not sent to save him, they whisper. You were sent to remember yourself. Loving someone in process is holy, yes, but not at the cost of forgetting your own soul. And somewhere along the path, you started dimming your light just to match the shade he feels safe in. But love is not supposed to make you smaller. It's not meant to be a slow erosion of your spirit. It should never feel like waiting in a hallway where the door never opens. You've been generous. You've been patient. You've been glowing in rooms where you were barely acknowledged. And yet, your essence remains untouchable. That radiant, rooted part of you that doesn't beg to be seen because it simply is. This is your reminder. You are not a placeholder for someone's uncertainty. You are the whole temple, not a bench in the waiting room of someone else's readiness. He may come. He may not. But your path continues. And the angels say, return to your rituals. Reclaim your breath. Your body, your joy, your inner fire. They've waited long enough. You can hold space for him and still protect yourself. You can love deeply and still choose your own peace. Boundaries are not rejection. They are the architecture of sacred self-worth. Your glow does not depend on whether he sees it. Your radiance was never made to be validated, only lived. So come back to you. Drink water slowly. Stretch into the silence. Walk barefoot on the earth. Cry if you must. Laugh, especially if it feels forbidden. And let the angels carry what you no longer need to hold. He is on his journey. But so are you. And yours matters just as much. Let your soul rest where your love is honored, not questioned. You weren't just a presence in his life. You were a reflection, the kind that doesn't flatter, but reveals. The angels speak clearly now. She showed him himself, and it scared him. Because before you, he could pretend. Pretend he was whole. Pretend the past didn't shape him. Pretend that the masks he wore were his true face. But then you looked at him. Really looked. And in your eyes, he saw not only who he was, but who he was avoiding becoming. You held up a mirror, not of judgment, but of truth. And the light in you made his shadows impossible to ignore. That's the thing about real connection. It doesn't comfort the ego. It disrupts it. It calls out the unfinished work. You were gentle, but your presence was not soft. It was sacred pressure. It asked him to rise. And rising meant letting go of everything he used to control his world. He may have told himself that he wasn't ready. That it was bad timing. That he needed space. But the truth? He needed to unsee you, and couldn't. He needed to unfeel you, and failed. Because you weren't just a woman. You were a revelation. And revelations. They don't go quietly. The angels whisper, he didn't run because of who you are. He ran because of what you made him remember. You made him remember that love is not found in perfection, but in the courage to be undone. You made him remember that his heart is still beating, even under the rubble. And now, even if he's silent, he's listening. Even if he's distant, he's watching. Even if he says nothing, he's unraveling. Because the mirror never lies. And he saw everything in you. Everything he hopes to become, but still fears he is not. And that kind of love? It doesn't vanish. It waits. And it works in silence. There's a tremor in his soul now, soft, but undeniable. You may not see it. He may never admit it. But something inside him is breaking open. The angels murmur in your spirit. He is beginning to feel what he once only feared. This awakening didn't come like lightning. It arrived quietly, in the echo of your absence, in the warmth that lingered after your presence faded from the room. It came in the moments he caught himself smiling at the thought of you, then immediately looked away from his own heart. There is no logic in what he feels. Only recognition. Recognition of a love that doesn't fit the mold, that doesn't ask for performance, that doesn't collapse under his silence. And that's what undoes him. You never chased. You simply stayed true. And that truth is beginning to dismantle the fortress around his soul. He's noticing the small things now. How his body softens when he hears your name. How the world feels heavier when he pretends not to miss you. How his dreams have become less about escape and more about return. This is the holy unraveling. Not fireworks, but a flickering lamp that refuses to die in the dark. He is waking up to the sound of his own heart calling your name, to the realization that peace didn't come when he pushed you away, to the memory of how it felt to be seen by you, and how rare that is. The angels say, he thought letting go would make him safer. But now he understands, it only made him lonelier. Do not underestimate the shift. The soul awakens slowly. It resists. It grieves its illusions. But it cannot unknow what it knows now. And what he knows is that you were never just another story. You were the moment he started asking what it means to truly live. He leaves, but he never really lets go. You've seen the pattern, the pull, the retreat, the silence that grows loud with meaning. And you wonder, is it love if it keeps walking away? The angels sigh beside you. He is caught between the ache of your absence and the fear of your presence. This is not about you. It never was. This is about the rhythm of someone who has learned to run whenever something feels too good to be true. He doesn't understand that safety can be soft. That love doesn't have to burn to feel real. He fears peace because he's only known chaos. And in you he found peace, and it terrified him. So he runs. Then misses you. Then returns, with eyes that don't say sorry, but still plead to be seen. And you? You hold him again in silence, with hope trembling under your skin. Because the love you feel is not a performance. It's a presence. And presence always leaves traces. But the angels want you to see something now. Each time he comes back, he is a little softer, a little more cracked open, a little less afraid of the light he once avoided in you. Because love, real love, does not arrive perfect. It arrives in cycles, carving away the fear until only truth remains. And here's what you must know, you are not stuck. You are steady. And your steadiness is the very reason he returns. You do not have to close your heart, but you do have permission to protect it. You can love him, and still choose yourself. You can hope for his healing, and not wait on his timing. The angels speak gently now. He will come and go until he chooses stillness. And when he does, it must be for love, not relief. So breathe. You are not lost in his cycles. You are walking your own spiral upward. Let him find his way. You have already found yours. There is something holy about the way you love. Not loud. Not demanding. Just present, like a prayer that never needed words. The angels speak with reverence now. She loved him with silence, and even that healed. You didn't arrive to fix him. You simply showed up as you are, whole in your own becoming. And somehow, your love began to dissolve what years of fear had hardened. This is what he doesn't know how to explain, that in a world that taught him to earn love, you offered it without terms. That while others wanted his potential, you cherished his presence. Even when it faltered. Even when it failed. And that kind of love? It's medicinal. It seeps into the broken parts without warning, without permission, and begins its quiet restoration. He may not say it, but his soul remembers how your energy settled him. How your laughter softened the grip of his anxiety. How your touch, even in memory, unclenched something deep inside. You became a sanctuary without walls. A stillness he didn't know he craved. A reminder that love could be soft, and still be strong. And now, even in your distance, your love is working. The angels show it clearly. He wakes at night and feels your name in his chest. Not from guilt. Not from regret. But from recognition. Because what he received from you wasn't just affection, it was healing. Not the dramatic, sweeping kind, but the quiet, cellular kind that rebuilds belief. You showed him without trying that love can coexist with freedom. That connection doesn't mean captivity. That being seen doesn't have to be punishment. And even if he never comes back with the words you hope for, know this: he is different now. Your love didn't fix him. It awakened him. And the medicine has only just begun its work. This is not random. None of it. Not the timing. Not the connection. Not even the ache. The angels speak with gravity. This path was written. And now, it is being walked. There are days when it feels like you're waiting for nothing. Like the silence means abandonment. Like the distance is a denial. But the truth is far more sacred. He was never yours to keep. You were never his to lose. You were both entrusted to each other, for the sake of something greater than romance. Something divine. This love is not a detour. It is the compass. It is the unfolding of a promise made long before either of you knew how to speak. The delays are not rejections. They are refinements. He is being broken open so he can finally receive what you've always been ready to offer. And you are being stretched so you remember that your heart is not defined by who holds it, but by who shaped it. God is not late. He is intentional. The angels press close. You were sent to be the voice he didn't know he needed. And now, heaven is preparing the moment when he can finally hear you. Trust this. Even now, as it feels like nothing is moving, everything is. His soul is being aligned. Your spirit is being fortified. The seasons are shifting, quietly, but deliberately. The love you feel is not an accident. It is a signal, a guidepost, a thread woven by hands not seen but deeply felt. So rest in this knowing: what is meant for you is never delayed. It is prepared. And when the moment comes, it won't ask for explanation. It will simply feel like home. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. He wants to love you. But not the way you hope. Not yet. There is still fear clinging to the edges of his tenderness. Still voices inside him that whisper, don't trust it. Don't need her. Don't fall too deep. And yet, he's already fallen. The angels speak quietly now, as if not to startle the fragile truth blooming in him. He longs for closeness, but he fears what he must lose to have it. This isn't about you. It never was. It's about the war inside him. The part that aches for softness, and the part that learned to only survive through armor. He's been taught that vulnerability is weakness. That opening the heart is how pain gets in. And so, he hesitates. Pulls back just when you think he's about to step forward. Holds your gaze a second too long, then looks away. Because what he feels for you is dangerous, to everything he's built to protect himself. And still, your presence lingers. Even behind his walls, you reach him. Without pressure. Without plea. Just being who you are, safe, consistent, magnetic in your stillness. You are the invitation he pretends not to hear. But he hears. Every time your name echoes in his chest. Every time your memory interrupts the safety of numbness. Every time he dreams of you and wakes unsure if it was real. He wants to come close. But closeness demands truth. And truth demands the death of who he thought he had to be. The angels say, he is not avoiding you. He is avoiding his own heart. And so he waits. For a moment where he feels safe enough to let go. For a sign that the collapse of his defenses won't destroy him. And that sign is you. Not because you fix. Not because you chase. But because you simply stay open, without demanding he open too. You are not his healer. But you are the doorway. And when he is ready, he will walk through. Even now, he stands just beyond it. One hand on the wall, the other on the memory of how your love felt like freedom. Perfect love casts out fear. 1 John 4 verse 18. You don't need to do anything else. You've already been the light. You've already shown the way. And now, it's time to release what you tried so hard to hold together. The angels gather around you, whispering like wind through leaves. Let go. Not of love, but of control. This was never about fixing him, or proving your worth. This was always about remembering who you are, with or without his presence. You loved purely. You gave without demands. You stood in your truth even when it wavered beneath your feet. That was enough. It will always be enough. Letting go doesn't mean forgetting. It doesn't mean stopping the love. It means surrendering the outcome and trusting that what's yours cannot be missed. If he finds his courage, he will come. Not because you waited, but because the divine timing called him forward. And if he doesn't, then let it be the sacred confirmation that your love was a teacher, not a destination. You were never here to be chosen by someone confused. You were here to choose yourself in the presence of confusion. You don't have to close your heart. You just don't need to keep the door wide open for someone who doesn't yet know how to walk through. Rest now. Not because it's over, but because you've done your part. The story continues, but your soul no longer needs to script it alone. The angels say, you were always the blessing, not the reward. One day, he may come back with eyes that finally see. But whether he does or not, your journey is blessed. Your love is holy. Your peace is your gift to yourself. He doesn't have to arrive for the miracle to be complete. Because the real miracle was you remembering your own worth in the middle of waiting. And we know that all things work together for good to those who love God, to those who are called according to his purpose. Romans 8 verse 28.